Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. Sorry for blasting you out. Try and get things adjusted here. Getting ready to go. Butler Community College in town. They have 5 or 6 games under their belt and only 1 or 2 for the Blue Devils. The weather is kind of messed with us. I appreciate those of you that are watching and listening today. I've been fighting with my cameras a little bit, so if you see me go the wrong direction with some of those, we'll get things taken care of as best as we can. I want to welcome you to today's broadcast. Kind of shoot through my cameras a little bit here. This is the view I like best right there. I want to welcome everyone to the game today. Run through the starting lineups very quickly. First for the Butler Community College Grizzlies. In right field, number 25, Jackson Syring. In left field, number 11, Bryce Zimmerer. Number 13, Cooper Torres. Believe we're getting ready for the anthem here, and YouTube's a little bit picky about the anthem, so we're going to take away for a moment, and we'll be back for the start of this one. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Baseball time, a little bit short on time today, so we'll get you caught up on the information. On the mound today for the Blue Devils, Arlen Peters. Behind the plate, Camden Carlin will be. Just checking out my volume a little bit on the phone. Sometimes that bleeds through. At third base, Palmer Hutchison. At shortstop, Cole Dawson. Second base, Parker Bosserman. First base, Brendan Bard. Across the outfield from left to right, Peyton McHarg is in left field. In center field, Caleb Adams. And in right field, Pablo Sanchez. Is Sanchez right, guys, or Sanchez? Sanchez. Pablo Sanchez in right field. And Braden Vaughter, I believe is the correct pronunciation, is the designated hitter. Syring, Zimmerer, Torres, Siegel, Stone, Brink, Stroh, Dyer, and Schoenfield with Hyde on the mound for Butler. Welcome those of you that are taking in the game today. Cool but sunshiny day. I have been battling with that outfield camera a little bit. I use the term it wigs out once in a while, but we'll still see what we can do here to try and get things brought to you today. Stepping in to face Peters. First off is Siring. He's the right fielder, number 25. Right through there, strike one called. 0-1 the count on the right fielder, Jackson Siring. Strike two, breaking pitch, catches the outside corner. 0-2 the count on Siring. Strike three called. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. So starts it off real well, does Peters. Arlen Peters. Got a left-hander stepping in, Bryce Zimmerer. He's the left fielder. There's a swing and a miss of that first pitch to him. Oh and 1 the count on Zimmerer. Swing and a miss. He's up there swinging. Hasn't caught up to either of those 2 pitches. So 0-2 the count on Bryce Zimmerer, the left fielder. Strike three called, catches the outside corner. So Peters starts this one off with, I believe that's 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 4 taken, 2 swung out, swing outs, but nonetheless a couple of punch outs. That's going to bring up Cooper Torres, the shortstop. Strike on the swing. I think that might have been the first ball thrown by Peters, but a check swing was called a strike, so he didn't want to, but he did. Comes the 0-1. Foul ball right back at us. So 8 pitches, all strikes in a manner of speaking, 0-2 the count. Way up high. We didn't want to have a 9 pitch inning anyway, man. Yeah, we probably did. 1-2 the count. That's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first, the Blue Devils hosting the Grizzlies from Butler County Community College. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. So Peters strikes out the side. Welcome to those of you watching and or listening. Bear with me as I get back in fashion, fighting these cameras a little bit. We'll be back. Here we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Dawson Bosserman and Hutchison scheduled up to face the Grizzlies pitcher Brayton Hyde. Hyde on the mound for the Grizzlies. Dawson, the shortstop, he steps in, takes strike inside corner at the knees. The Grizzlies pitcher 0-1 the count. Fly ball into shallow right center. That's taken care of by the center fielder, Schoenfeld, for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Parker Bosserman, the second baseman. He'll step in with one out and nobody on. Little bit low, ball one, 1-0 the count. One down here in the bottom of the first. There's a ball headed into left field. That's going to get down for extra bases. So Bosserman with a one-out double. He'll be at second base for Hutchison. Hutchison, the third baseman. Number 3, son, played with a Hutcherson at William Jewell. There's a ball that's high and inside for 1-0. So a one-out double by Bosserman. He's at second. Hutchison at the plate. Comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. One and one the count to Hutchison. A little bit low and outside. 2-1 the count. Two balls, 1 strike. Hyde on the mound for the Grizzlies. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sunshiny day here on the campus of Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils in Kansas City, Kansas. A nice crowd on hand, braving the cool elements, but sunshiny. Comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So 2 outs. It's going to bring up Brendan Bard, the first baseman. Brendan steps in with 2 outs. Runner at second base. Now with 2 down, Bosserman at second. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's up with it and over to first. So Stone over to Siegel for the third out of the inning. We'll take a break. We go to the top half of the second inning. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the top half of the second inning. Scheduled up for the Grizzlies, Siegel, Stone, and the designated hitter, Brink. Siegel, the first baseman, steps in on the first base side. Strike called, outside corner, thigh high. Siegel, the number 4 hitter. Sam Siegel, the first baseman. That's about a 53-footer out there on that pitch, way out in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. As Siegel leads off the top half of the second inning for the Grizzlies. Comes the wind and the 1-1. Right back up the middle. That's taken by Dawson over to Bard for the 6-3. So 1 out. That's going to bring up Stone. Stone, the second baseman, Cash Stone. He'll step in on the right-handed side. Comes the pitch. That's high and inside. One and 0 the count. Swing and a miss of that high fastball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And 1 out. Lots of ones on the scoreboard here in the second inning. Who must have missed just a little bit low. Looked pretty good to me. 2 balls and a strike to the second baseman, Stone. That's too high. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Handcuffed him a little bit there on the inside part of the plate. Comes the 3-2. Just misses a little bit outside for ball 4. So going down to first base is Stone. It's going to bring up Brink. He's the designated hitter, Zach Brink. He'll step in with 1 out. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. Brink, the designated hitter. 1 out, runner at first. Swing and a miss, so 0-2 on the designated hitter, number 27, Zach Brink. Fly ball headed into deep left field. That's taken care of by the left fielder, McHarg. Takes care of that for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Zach Stroh. Stroh takes strike called inside part of the plate. I thought that was a little in myself, but we'll take an 0-1 strike count here. Stroh is the catcher. Throw over to first base, back in safely is Stone. Stone reached on a 1-out walk. pop up over toward the right side over there, just out of my camera view and out of play. Brendan Bard over to take a look, but out of play. 0-2 the count. Pop up on the infield. Bard coming over to take care of that. And he does. That is number 5. I show that was the catcher. That was Dyer for the out. We'll look to see if I've got my thing wrong. Guys, we had the 6-3, then the walk, then to fly to left field. I wonder if we have those backwards. Anyway, at the end of 1.5, there's no score. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Not sure, but I think they've batted out of the order, or I have the wrong information, so we'll see. That's going to bring up Adams, Vaughter, and Sanchez. Pop up into deep right field, and that's caught by the right fielder, Siring. Little bit low. That's going to bring up Vaughter. Braden Vaughter, the designated hitter. He steps in on the left-handed side. Foul ball back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The designated hitter, Vaughter. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That's high and inside. Brayton Hyde on the mound for the Grizzlies. That ball's up high. 3 balls, 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Vaughter. Foul ball backing out of play. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Ground ball at the second baseman. He's up with it and over to first base. So Stone over to Siegel for the out. That's going to bring up Pablo Pablo Sanchez, the right fielder, steps in on the right-handed side to face Hyde. There's a breaking pitch, got right through there. Top part of the zone for a strike called. 1-1 to the right fielder, Sanchez. Misses just a little bit outside. 2-1. Sanchez at the plate. The ball headed into right field. So a 2-out hit for Sanchez. It's going to bring up Carlin. Carlin steps in. That's up high. Carlin, the catcher. Two-out hit by Sanchez. Throw over to first, back in safely is Sanchez. If Carlin can keep things going, McHarg, the left fielder, will bat. 1-0 the count. That ball just gets down to the zone for a strike called. 1-1 with 2 outs. No score here in the bottom half of the second inning. The Blue Devils of KCK hosting the Grizzlies of Butler County. There's a throw over to first. Back in safely is Sanchez. Comes the 1-1. Strike right through there, outside part of the plate. 1-2 the count on Camden Carlin. Strike 3 called, bottom part of the zone, outside corner. So no score at the end of 2. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the third inning. I got a little bit brain dead. I've got a catcher wearing I got a number 2 position wearing number 5 and a number 5 position wearing number 2, and I got all turned around. So Stroh did make the last out, so Dyer is up. There's a strike called. First pitch was a ball. So Dyer is the third baseman. He's up there leading off the top of the third for the Grizzlies. There's a foul ball back to the net. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Arlen Peters back for his third inning of work for the Blue Devils. Breaking pitch had him swinging and missing on that. So a strikeout for Peters of Dyer. That's going to bring up Schoenfeld, the center fielder. Paul Schoenfeld, he'll step in on the left-handed side. He steps in with an out and nobody on. That's a little bit high. Comes the wind and the 1-0. Misses just a little bit outside. 2-0 the count. 1 out on the strikeout. Peters had Dyer fishing on an outside corner. There's a strike called on the inside corner. So 2-1 the count with 1 out. Sunshiny day here in Kansas City, Kansas. Still cool out there. That misses just a little bit low. So 3-1 the count on the center field Schoenfeld. Squares to bunt. Takes strike 2 called. That's that ball on the inside corner. I have this theory. It's been a long time since I umpired behind the plate. But you've got a better look at that inside corner. And it's a little easier to be more exact, and you kind of guess on that outside corner sometimes. Here comes the 3-2. There's a swing and a miss. So 5 strikeouts in 3 innings so far. So back to the top of the order, Jackson Syring. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Siren takes ball 1 there. He is from Derby, Kansas, went to Derby High School. That ball drifts just a little bit low, so 2-0 the count. Just misses a little bit outside. Jackson Syring. He's the right fielder. That ball stays up high. So a 2-out walk to Syring. That's going to bring up Zimmerer, the left fielder. Zimmerer is from Creighton, Nebraska. He went to Creighton Community Public Schools. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. Bryce Zimmerer. Batting on the left-handed side. He's up there 0-1 the count with a runner at first. Runner at first. 2-out walk to Syring. Swing and a miss, so quickly 0-2 out in front of Zimmerer. Zimmerer was called out on strikes his first time up. First 2 hitters of the game were called out on strikes. And the third out of the first inning was a swinging strikeout. Peters struck out the side. Foul ball just stays alive by getting a piece of it is Zimmerer. glad to be out on the field and get some games in. These games were scheduled for Thursday and Saturday, as many of you know, and we're going to play here today at KCK and then drive to Butler for 2 tomorrow. Looking forward actually a little bit to that trip. That mess is high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm sure the guys aren't looking forward to a 2.5-hour drive, but anytime you get a chance to play baseball, that's a good thing in my book anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes, throw over to first. Back in safely is Siring. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes. And out at second base. So caught stealing is Siring. Want to just let anyone know, if you go to 4tees.com, I don't know whether you went by the link that Coach put out. You go to 4tees.com, get me some information if anyone is interested in sponsoring or donating. You can go to the donate page and donate to this. Coach Goldbeck pays for the broadcast entirely out of his fundraising budget. So if you'd like to help with that, go donate at the page and we'll make sure that he gets that. And we'll be back for the bottom of the third in a moment. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the third. First hitter to face Hyde is Peyton McHard. He'll step in on the left-handed side. The foul ball back and out of play. McHard is the left fielder. Facing Hyde from the Grizzlies. The ball headed into deep left field. That's taken care of by the left fielder, Zimmerer. So back to the top of the order is Cole Dawson. He flew out to the center fielder his first time up. Cole is from Russellville. I get behind, they get the pitch going, and he is from Russellville, Arkansas. He's out on a 5-3 ground out. It's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman had a double his first time up. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner on Bosserman. I'm going to have to get some help from the boys. I don't show him. There's a fly ball to deep left field. And over to take care of that is the left fielder, Zimmerer. So at the end of 3, no score. Guys, is that Parker Bosserman that just batted? Yeah. All right, so he's wearing a different number on me today. So I'm going to go down and update that. Bosserman is wearing 19. He's from Oak Grove, Missouri. Went to Green Valley High School. We'll be back for the top of the fourth. In a few, we'll be back. Here we go to the top of the fourth inning, scheduled up for the Grizzlies, Zimmerer, Torres, and Siegel. Zimmerer was called out on strikes his first time up. He was at bat when Siring was caught stealing. He's from Nebraska. That's low. Creighton, Nebraska. Ground ball. Bard gets a hold of that, steps on the bag for the out. So 3 unassisted. Zimmerer is out. It's going to bring up Cooper Torres. He's the shortstop. He struck out his first time up. Way outside. Torres is from Woodstock, Georgia. Comes the 1-0. Breaking ball just catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As Peters works the Grizzlies here in the top of the fourth. There's a ground ball headed up the middle. Dawson over to take care of that behind second base and throws him out at first. So a 6-3 ground out on Torres. It's going to bring up Siegel. Not sure where that missed. Must have been a little bit low. Siegel is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, went to Lincoln High School. 1 ball, 1 strike after that. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Siegel. Foul ball backing out of play. That's low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score as the Grizzlies bat here in the top of the fourth. Siegel, the first baseman, at the plate. High fly ball, shallow left field. Out to take care of that is Dawson for the 3rd out of the inning. So at the end of 3.5, no score. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the fourth. Hutchison, Bard, and Adams scheduled up. Hutchison is from Hays, Kansas. Went to Hays High School. First pitch to him is way outside, 1-0 the count. Little bit high. 2-0 the count. The third baseman, Palmer Hutchison. Hyde on the mound for his fourth inning of work for the Grizzlies. Low and inside. 3-0 the count. Realize that you don't want to give a power hit or anything too good here, but you also don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. Here comes the 3-0. Strike called, expanded strike zone there. That ball's been called high all along, but we'll go with it. 3-1 the count. Guy smiling beside me here. The expanded strike zone probably. 3-1. There's a ground ball over into the dugout. Look out, everybody. 3-2 the count. So down 3-0. Hyde has battled back to a 3-2 count. Lead off Hutchison. It's going to be inside on the check swing. So a base on balls and a leadoff walk to Hutchison here in the bottom of the fourth. No score. Guys, do you know, are we playing a 7 and then a 9 today? 2 sevens. So Bard's going to step in. Bard is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Piper High School. That ball sails outside for 1. Ball 1-0 the count. Brendan Bard grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Bard the first baseman. Hutchison on first. That's high and inside. 2-0 the count. So a runner at first, 2-0 on the cleanup hitter, Bard. Looking for probably one pitch in one spot here, 2-0. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. No runs on 2 hits for the Blue Devils. No runs on, no hits for the Grizzlies. Here comes the 2-1 breaking ball. It's going to be fouled down. Coach Goldbeck with the nice play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Nobody out. Comes the stretch and a throw over to first. Back in safely is Hutchison. Little Nubber out front. And we'll wait and see how they score that. I'm guessing that's going to be score to hit. We'll see. That's going to be score to hit, so a little tapper out toward the third baseman becomes a hit. It's going to bring up Caleb Adams. Runners at first and second now with nobody out. The Grizzlies catcher out to give his calls for the bunt defense. Expecting a bunt here from Adams. Adams is from Leavenworth, Kansas. He went to Lansing High School. Takes low. Does square to bunt, but takes low. One ball, no strikes to the center fielder, Caleb Adams. Squares to bunt. Not sure where that missed, but it was called a ball. Evidently that was low. So 2-0 the count. Blue Devils with the benefit of that ball call. 2-0 the count. Squares again. Has it down. No throw's going to be made, so we're going to have the bases loaded with nobody out. No throw made, probably wisely. You throw that away and 2 runs possibly score. So a bunt hit. It's going to bring up Vaughter. Vaughter grounded out. We're going to have a visit to the mound. Vaughter grounded out to the second baseman his last time up. Vaughter is from Topeka, Kansas. He went to Seaman High School. We're going to keep it right here. Little visit on the mound for the Grizzlies. Nobody out. No score in the game. Bottom of the 4th inning action. Want to remind everyone again, if you go to 4teez.com, there's a donate page. Any money that goes to that page will be part of defraying the cost for Coach Golbeck and the broadcast. I look forward to going to the away games as well. The away games, sometimes we do audio only. Sometimes we just do the broadcast that the away school does, but I try and go along. So the visit to the mound is over. The bases are loaded. Vaughter steps in. Check swing, ball called, low and outside. 1-0 the count. That's certainly not a swing you want to make there if you're not going to be real about it. Runners at all bases. Vaughter at the plate, grounded out his last time up. Comes the 1-0. Foul ball backing out of play. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter, Braden Vaughter. Four hits now for the Blue Devils. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Vaughter at the plate. There's a ball right back up the middle. It's going to score 1. And the ball gets past the center fielder. That's going to empty the bases. So it's going to be 2 runs on the base hit, and the 3rd run scores on the air by the outfielder. So 3 runs in for the Blue Devils. And we are in the 4th inning. There's a ball down the left field line and into the corner. So an RBI hit for Sanchez. Sanchez is from Sidra, Puerto Rico, went to Akimia Christian Elohim School. Probably not close with any of that, but nonetheless, that's an RBI base hit. So that's going to bring up Carlin, runner at second base. Carlin up there, still nobody out. Squares to bunt. The bunt is down. Going to get a throw. So a sac bunt for Carlin gets the runner over to third. That's the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up McHarg. McHarg's going to be up there. He flew out to left field his first time up. The ball headed at the second baseman. So a ground out RBI for Peyton McHarg. That makes it 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Back to the top of the order in Cole Dawson. Comes the pitch. That's inside. 1 strike, 2 outs, 5 runs in the inning for the Blue Devils. Now they have 5 runs on 6 hits. Grizzlies still looking for their first hit. There's a little nubber back into the fence off the fist of Dawson. Dawson flew out to the center fielder once and grounded out to the third baseman his second time up, so he's looking for his first hit of the game. 2 outs now, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. So 5 runs in the inning. We go to the top of the fifth with the Blue Devils leading 5-0. 2 7-inning games today. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the fifth inning. Grizzlies have some work to do. They gave up 5 in the bottom of the fourth. Stone, Brink, foul ball out of play down the right field line. Stone, Brink, and Stroh scheduled up for the Grizzlies. 0-1 the count. Comes the wind and the 0-1. That's up high. That's inside. Top of the fifth inning action. Three and one the count. Stone walked his first time up. Ground ball headed to Dawson. Dawson over to Bard for the 6-3 putout. That's going to bring up Brink, the designated hitter. He flew out to left field his first time up. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Zach Brink, the designated hitter, up there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A little bit low. 2-1 the count. Comes the 2-1 pitch. Misses low and inside. 3-1 the count. Fly ball into shallow left field, coming hard. but the shortstop, Dawson, takes care of that down the field line. So 2 down, that's going to bring up Zach Stroh. Stroh steps in with 2 outs. There's a ground ball headed back to the middle. Guys, would second base take care of that? I looked down. Was it shortstop or? So a 6-3. Dawson takes care of that over to Bard. I messed my camera up there, folks. Thanks for cutting me some slack here. So a 6-3 for that out. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th with the Blue Devils leading 5-0. Take a break. We'll be back. All right, to the bottom of the 5th we go. Bosserman, Hutchison, Bard. High and inside, ball 1 to Bosserman. Bosserman had a double his first time up and fouled out in the air to left field his second time. There's a fly ball headed into deep center field.
Hey guys, is there an extra chair over here by any chance? Yes. Do you mind if we use it? No, we don't need that.
You can take this one.
Mr. Corshorn, do you use that chair? Okay, thanks. Guys, appreciate it. We'll bring it back if we lose anybody over here. Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So a triple by Bosserman got over the center fielder's head. So a leadoff triple, runner at third, Hutchison at the plate. There's a swing and a miss. Hutchison, the third baseman, he struck out his first time up, led off the 4th inning with a base on balls. Oh and 1 the count, little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Blue Devils. No runs on no hits for the Grizzlies. Blue Devils leading 5-0, batting in the bottom of the 5th. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch. So 1 and 2 the count on Hutchison. One ball, 2 strikes. A little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to number 13, the third baseman, Palmer Hutchison. Strike 3 called inside corner. It's going to bring up Bard. Bard will step in with 1 out, a runner at third. He's grounded out and had a base hit his 2 times up. First pitch to him's fouled back and out of play. Bosserman at third base after that triple over the center fielder's head. 0-1 the count on Bard. Bard, the first baseman. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. The second baseman's got it and over to first, but an RBI ground out for Bard. It's going to bring up Adams. Adam has a fly out and a base hit. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. Comes the 0-1. There's a ball headed into left field. Stays up just long enough for the sliding catch by the left fielder, Zimmerer. So 1 run in the inning. At the end of 5 full innings, Blue Devils lead 6-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the 6th inning. Dyer Schoenfeld scheduled up. That's a strike called lower part of the limit and Siring. Dyer Schoenfeld Siring. Peters back for another inning of work. Breaking ball stays way up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dyer struck out his first time up. Comes the 1-1. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 1-2 the count on Dyer. Dyer, the third baseman, way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little bit low. I thought I saw just a little bit of a flinch by the umpire on that one, just like he wanted to go but just couldn't do it. So 3-2 the count. It was low in my opinion. 3-2 the count. There's a foul ball down the right field line and out of play. Comes the 3-2 pitch. It's a foul ball down the third base line over toward the dugout. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Here comes the wind and the pitch. That ball is back to the screen. So a base on balls to Dyer. It's going to bring up Schoenfeld, the center fielder. He struck out his first time up. He'll step in with nobody out and a runner at first. A little bit high, 1-0 the count. Foul ball back to the screen. 1-1 the count, runner at first after the leadoff walk given to Dyer. Hayden Dyer. He's the catcher for the Grizzlies here in this first game. One and one the count. Field umpire not happy with that ball for some reason. He's going to throw it out. It'll probably sneak back in here in a little bit.
I think his hand's bleeding.
It's going to be too bad if we've got blood on a pitcher a little bit and have to come out of a game. We'll see if they can get that doctored up real quick here to where he can stay in. 1 strike to the center fielder, Paul Schoenfeld. Blue Devils leading 6-0. They scored 5 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Going to see if the trainers can do some handy-dandy work. Take care of that. We'll see what I can do with my handy-dandy cameras here to take a little closer look. One ball, one strike. Maybe they get him taken care of. So back to work we go. Schoenfeld, the number 9 hitter. Going to let him throw a couple of pitches here and see if he's okay. So 1-1 the count as Schoenfeld steps back in. Runner at first, nobody out. Pop up over and just on top of the dugout. So 1-2 the count. Arlen Peters has gone all the way so far for the Blue Devils, trying to save as much pitching as possible. Here comes the 1-2. That stays up high. So 2-2 the count. 6-0 the score here in the top of the 6th inning. Both games are 7-inning games today. Comes the 2-2, stays up high. Three and two the count. Foul ball backing out of play. KCK Blue Devils hosting the Butler College, Community College Grizzlies from El Dorado, Kansas. Stays up high, ball 4. So back-to-back walks is going to prompt a visit to the mound by Coach Golbeck. Want to remind everyone that tomorrow's game down at Butler Community College, I will go down to cover that game. It will likely be an audio only. I know that they also have a live stream that they do that I believe is without any commentary. So when I get down there, I'll take a look at things, and if you guys want to watch that, that is absolutely fine. But I will likely do an audio-only broadcast. I might stream something if they happen to be able to give me a spot in the press box with some really good internet. That's what it takes. So we'll see, but we're going to go down and cover it in some way. Hope that you'll join us one way or another. I appreciate you joining us today. So visit to the mound is over. Back-to-back walks here to lead off the top of the 6th for the Grizzlies. So back to the top of the order in Jackson Siring, the right fielder. He has struck out and walked. There's a strike called. Bottom part of the zone on a breaking pitch. He was caught stealing after his walk to end the 3rd inning. 0-1 the count. Runners at first and second. Breaking pitch right back and thrown into the outfield. So the throwing error by the pitcher is going to let a run score and have runners at the corners for the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies on the board with a run here in the top of the 6th. Runners at first and third, still nobody out. That's going to bring up Zimmerer. He has been called out on strikes and grounded out unassisted to first base. Runner goes. Gonna throw down and be safe at second. So a stolen base by Siring. So 1-0 the count on the left fielder Zimmerer. A little ground ball out in front of the plate and an RBI ground out for Zimmerer. So runner moves to third. So another run in the inning. Outside, nicely blocked by Carlin. Runner at third base. 2 runs in the inning, 6-2 the score. Torres up to bat. He struck out his first time, grounded out to the shortstop his second time up. That ball misses outside. 2-0 the count on number 13, Cooper Torres, the shortstop. Comes the stretch and the 2-0. Misses outside, so 3-0 the count. Strike called. There's that expanded zone with 3-0 the count. That one was pretty low toward the outside part of the plate. 3-1 the count. comes the 3-1 foul ball. So 3-2 the count now. I don't remember, guys, if it was here or up at William Jewell that the dugout would go 3, 2, 1, clack, and all their cleats would come down at the same time. The umpire made them not do that because it was choreographed. Nonetheless, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Peters on the mound, facing Torres. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Coming in hard to take care of that is the right fielder. We're going to have a play at home and out at home. So the very unconventional double play, we're going to get a fly out to right field. And the right fielder is Pablo Sanchez. And then the throw out, tagging it home for the 3rd out of the inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th with the Blue Devils leading 6-2 after giving up 2 in the top of the 6th to the Grizzlies. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Blue Devils leading 6-2. Vaughter, Sanchez, and Carlin scheduled up. Strike called outside corner. Vaughter, the designated hitter, he's grounded out to the second baseman and had a 3 RBI double. Actually, 2 of the RBI will be accounted to him. Then the error allowed the other one to score. There's a fly to have a new pitcher in for, thanks guys, for Butler. Number 17, Schultz. Let me get my cheaters down here, be sure I get close. Jake Schultz from Towanda, Kansas, went to Circle High School. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the help. So Hyde goes 5 innings. Just misses a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Sanchez at the plate. He's the right fielder. He threw out that tagging runner on a nice play. Foul ball and held by the catcher for the strikeout, but Sanchez with a sliding, long run catch. Don't remember if it was sliding or not. And make the throw out to home to make the 3rd out of the inning to save a run. So a nice job in right field. 2 outs now. And Camden Carlin at the plate. Breaking pitch goes a little bit outside. Carlin up there with 2 outs and nobody on. There's a ground ball hit it at the shortstop. He's up with it and over to first. So a 6-3 from Torres to Siegel for the final out of the inning at the end of 6. The Blue Devils lead 6-2. They need 3 outs to put this one in the book and get us on to the second one. We'll be back for that inning. Here we go. Here we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Hunter Cachero. Cachero is going to come in and pitch. He's a right-hander from Shawnee, Kansas. Went to St. James High School. He'll come in and try and close this one out. Scheduled up for the Grizzlies, Siegel, Stone, and Brink. A lot of work to do to get this thing to go any further than this 7 innings. The Grizzlies down to their last 3 outs. Cachero comes on for the Blue Devils. So let's take this thing to Cachero and Siegel, Stone, and Brink. Siegel is grounded out and a pop out in down the left field line. Cachero's first pitch. Promptly a base hit into right field. Hard turn and throw to second. He'll be on with a leadoff base hit is Sam Siegel. It's going to bring up Stone. Stone's reached on a base on balls and grounded out to the shortstop. Breaking pitch, a little bit outside. Cachero on in relief of Peters. Leadoff hit into right field by Siegel, the first baseman for the Grizzlies. There's a breaking pitch, catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. Blue Devils leading by 4 by the 6-2 count. Pitch right through there, inside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. On the right-handing hitting second baseman Cash Stone. Outside, reached back and overthrew a little there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hutchison at third, Dawson at short. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner for a called strikeout. So 1 out. Second baseman is Bosserman and Bard over at first. Across the outfield is McHarg, Adams, and Sanchez. Right through there, strike called, 0-1 the count. 1 out. 2 outs away from putting this first one in the books are the Blue Devils. Runner at first. Leadoff hit by Siegel. Throw over to first, nothing doing over there. Comes the 0-1. Right on the outside corner. Breaking pitch. Little slider action probably. 0-2 the count. One down. Runner at first is Siegel. There's a foul ball out of play down the left field line. Staying alive is Zach Brink, the designated hitter. He flew out to left field and popped out to the shortstop in shallow left field down the line. Check swing there. 1-2 the count. Comes the 1-2. Just broke a little bit inside. 2-2 the count, one out. Now he can paint that outside corner for the strikeout. We'll see what happens here. Here comes the 2-2. There's a ground ball right out in front of to the pitcher. Kashera up with that and over to Bard for the second out of the inning. Runner down to second is Siegel. It's going to bring up Stroh. Stroh has popped out to the first baseman and grounded out to the shortstop. There's a ball headed into center field. And my bad on the camera there, right at the edge of my two cameras, but nonetheless taken care of by the center fielder Adams for the last out of the game. So the final score in this first one is 6-2. I want to thank everyone for watching. I'd like to invite you back for another game. It'll be about 20 minutes usually. And we'll start back up at the other links. We'll go to the second link. Want to remind you that if you'd like to help Coach Goldbeck with the cost of the broadcast, you can do that by going to 4tees.com. And there's a donate button there. And we would always welcome any donations that will help us out with the broadcast. So the first one is the final. The Blue Devils win 6-2 over the Butler Grizzlies. We'll shut this one down, and we'll see you back in about 20 minutes for the next one.